Alrighty, ruin cuckoo cuckoo to you and all my nobodies now watching out there. I actually did look up the boggling thing. Apparently Kadir knows his shit, according to Google anyway. Boggling's totally a thing. It does mean contentment. Bruxing, oh, that's how you pronounce it, can mean other things, you know. It's sort of like the teeth grinding thing is because, you know, all rodents, their teeth continue to grow through their life cycle, so it's sort of a necessity, like chewing and stuff is. But like that's like a positive thing generally, unless there's other behaviors or whatever to indicate that it's not. Like if they're not eating or they just obviously seem unhappy or, you know, other unhealthy signs. They could mean anxiety or something, but generally it's a positive thing. But the boggling apparently is a thing. It's like, I have not personally noticed that the eyes bulge out in and out, like any eye movement. I've not noticed that, but apparently it does seem that excessive bruxing can, because of pressure and the way it's the cranium of the rodentia is created, can actually lead to that. Which I was like, I'm not saying that they don't have bug eyes sometimes. I'm just saying, like, what in my mind, I'm not sure I'm like, maybe I should have watched one of the videos about it, but the idea in my head from the way they described it here is distressing, and I don't want to see that. And that's probably not what it is. It's probably just like a head swelling where the eyes is basically everything is just bigger, just slightly inflated, as opposed to, like, I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking one of those like little squishy, squeezy stress toy dolls, the ones that look like little clowns, and you squeeze them and the eyes go like, and just like, I don't know, for some reason that's the way I thought of it, and I'm like, I don't want to see that. But I don't, like, I've owned rats and they've been very happy, and I probably have been like, oh, I've actually, oh, that doesn't at all look like, yeah, I've seen that doesn't look at all like my mind's eye theater created based on your description. But I am also like, Kadir, how the fuck do you know this much about rats as a toreador, my guy? Moving on. That's Jake with me, Big Phil. I might have some strong opinions about Banner, but hell, I'm sitting on dynamite. I'll take what I can get. That's right. Who else in New York would you rather rely on? You want me to call the mayor? It's like, that guy actually owes me a favor. My opinions about the prince aren't that bad. So, what do you good folks want from me? Motherfucker, don't... Look. Alright, Kadir is offering you a pretty good deal, from my understanding. I don't know what you have to offer. I know we want something from you. You know what we want. Don't bullshit around. Like, I know you're just Nosferatuing, but it's like, you're not gonna offer anything more than you have to get what you're getting in the deal. You, like a proper Nosferatu, have navigated the deal and negotiated in such a manner that without giving us even, we don't even know if you have you have the information we want. We're assuming you do, because you're Nosferatu. But if we don't phrase this properly, we won't get that information. We'll get whatever information we ask for. It's better, like with the Nosferatu, it's better to overshoot and ask for more than you think they have, because chances are you're still undershooting. Because they're fucking Nosferatu, and that's their bread and fucking butter, my guy. But he's just like, what do you good folks want from me? He's so, like, sliding it in, like, okay, well, I've already negotiated my 3 months of survival for a minute. Let's get this done so I can get to safety. ASAP, now that we're cool, and that's been cleared. Let's do it. It's like, how little can I give you to get that? Who wants you dead? Julia, this isn't an interview. You're not going to sit here and be able to, like, I get 10 minutes and I can ask you whatever. You probably only get, like, a question, maybe 3. He would have told you who wants him dead, like, probably for free. So that's a terrible question. Ah! Starting the interrogation with a tricky one. Things I like to know. Are you jerking us around right now, my guy? Like, do you how... Are you just drunk, or are you just really bad at your job? Or are you just, like, so afraid that you haven't looked into it or talked to any of your people? Are you, like, 86 communicado from them? Like, step up, Gianni. You seem forgetting how quid pro quo works. Wouldn't I like to know? Won't fucking cut it. I'm gonna add that fucking, like, fuck that. No, it will not fucking cut it. That's not gonna, wouldn't I like to know? It's like, stop fucking being cute. Well, like, I will not, like, I could end you right now. You couldn't even do anything. Like, I don't have to be me. This one could end you right here, the newbie. You could get fucking pwned by a noob right now. You could just be final deaths because we we found you. It's done. You're drunk. You're not really, like, I'm pretty sure you're probably more capable than you're appearing, but don't jerk us around, dude. What can I tell you? That warlock, Agathon, or whatever his name is, presumed dead. Tamika, MIA, with Mia with SI back. So possibly KIA by now. Hope with the kook. Hope the kook. Hidden in her office under vendor waiting skirt. You really don't know? Why are we here? Why are we wasting our time if you don't have any knowledge? You're Nosferatu, man. Shame and disgrace upon your generation, your family name for generations to come. Not your clan's name, but I hope you don't have child there. That's how much you disgrace. Your disappointment. Around the time they started having trouble, some rough-looking streetwise kindred started hanging out at my usual spots. Didn't take me long to connect the dots. So, where do those dots lead? Because we don't have that time and we weren't there. Come on. Alright, what's the connection between you and those 3? Because they were part of the coterie from last game, Julia. Man, literally no one tells you anything. And honestly, if people are going to ask you to do shit, they should at least give you the basics. Like, they should just give you the friggin', there's like a folder of basic information that should be available to whoever's asking you to do whatever, because it's common knowledge for the persons involved giving you that mission. You should get a mission briefing. You literally know nothing. Ever since last year, folks started hiring us for various gigs. Some even trying to get us to join their coteries. All of these opportunities were rather short-lived. Yeah, I honestly don't. It's been so long, I don't remember how it played out. I know that I got to the end. I think my character died. I might have killed the guy. I think I saw somebody die in front of me, but honestly, don't think it matters, because I think there's like at least 3 different options. I think I got maybe the best one, or at least a medium one. Good. And medium good. And I think it still means that your character's likely to die. And I don't know what the canon version is, because I don't think it's like one of those games that, oh, you play the last one? Well, we're going to factor that in and change your game. I don't think it's that complicated. However, the delicate tightrope act of working for various employers made us fully aware there's an intra-sect alliance in the NYC. Kindred from both sides often work for the same goals without knowing it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. The moment we started figuring it all out, a cleanup crew went downtown. I know the serious warlock boy sniffed something out in his own backyard, but then, poof, he disappeared. Like magic. Fucking did himself a Chris Angel. Fucking David Copperfield. You know, that sort of thing. Then I lost all contact with Hope and Tamika and went AWOL. I hope they're doing fine and they didn't snitch on me to anybody. That's about as best as you could expect from D'Angelo. I don't feel like any of you are particularly close. I feel like my character was the connecting thread between three of you, and honestly, Tamika was the one I spent the most time and effort on. Hope was... I mean, I also had to spend a lot of effort on Hope, too. I had to spend a lot of effort on all of you, but it seemed like Tamika had the most actual things going on. Hope kind of led to a thing, and then it felt like it didn't finish, or maybe I did or didn't. I don't know. And then you kind of... I don't remember your thing. It wasn't particularly memorable. I remember you being entertaining, but that was about it. You're better than Agamemnon, and I think I had him on my side too. They are, and they didn't even tell me you guys knew each other, so I think you're safe. No, I just think nobody tells you shit, Julia. Huh? Wait, why are you milking them for intel, kiddo? I found a list of 4 names on Callahan's remains. You probably guessed what they were. I don't know. Should we check the board? Should we like, hey, is it Agamemnon? It's Hope. It's D'Angelo. It's Tamika. Can show me potato salad. I get the picture. Yeah. Christ almighty. It's like, he's just like Christ almighty. He's like, what kind of... Okay, first of all, you guys found the body and there was a viable list on this body. Like, it wasn't in the water or something and didn't get... or destroyed by fire or anything. It was just... that seems a little sus to me, but... do we really think he's that big of an idiot? Like, how much of the body? I want to know how much of the body. Like, is it staked and he's just dead and like his head's off and he's staked and it's like he didn't like ash? Because that's generally how it works. Like, yes, if he ashes and he doesn't burst into flames, you know, his suit or whatever would still have pockets and all that, you know, accoutrement. But he's that dumb that he needs a list written down, or that he was given one and didn't destroy it. Like, that seems like a plant, man. That seems so obviously, like, I didn't like the guy and I think he's an idiot, but that doesn't mean he's that dumb. Or it was just a list of freelancers, potential associates, probably prepared by Carter Van der Ween. Okay, I guess that's what makes sense, but it still seems like it's sort of setting you out to go do the legwork for somebody like Kaiser or any of the bigger players. My money's on him being involved, but that's all bullshit. Do you have any idea who might have done the boss in? Any more clues? Not at all. That's where we want you to come in, friend. Investigate the murder scene the only way you know how. Tell us what you think. Guide Julia in the proper direction. It's like, so we really came to this guy and he doesn't have answers for us. We're gonna give him data and he's gonna interpret it. I mean, I guess it wasn't hard to find him, but still, this is kind of a lame interaction with a Nosferatu. Like, you are, drunk or not, you are not doing a good job of representing the Nazis, my guy. D'Angelo sizes me up, scratching his head. Sure, whatever. I'll try my best, kiddo. Lead the way. I'll drive you there, or at least as close as possible. I wouldn't be welcome that deep in Anarch territory. Just clean yourself up a bit, Gianni. I just had my upholstery cleaned earlier this week. It's like, bro, he can kind of do that, but he's an Nosferatu. Like, he could literally have such a heavy skin condition, he's just leaking all the time. Also, he lives here like this. It's not like he's got his fresh change of clothes is going to be that much better. He's literally probably been lying in a puddle for days. He doesn't really have to pee or poo because he's a vampire, but he probably chose a puddle because it would be easier to, no one's going to think of what appears to be a random pile of clothing in a puddle is going to be him. It's like even you had to kind of suss it out. After dropping us off at the same place Catherine first introduced me to Mia, Kadir quickly drives away. He's like, alright, that's on you now. Like, thanks, buddy. Here we are. Swell. Classic closed room mystery. Let me take a look. Okay, so we're actually kind of hiring you to do the thing. I thought we were just going to spit when I knew it to. And I was going to be like, that's going to not turn out positively. Now we're what appears to be a similar version of Agamemnon's or Agathon's or whatever his freaking name was. His place, but it seems like sort of stripped, and they didn't leave much, but they left some. He starts walking around the office, carefully taking in every element. So you're saying you're basically a nobody. Yeah. Hi. But you can simply call Catherine Weiss and have her open Sesame and Anarch crib for you? Don't know, it sure sounds like a somebody to me. Okay, I guess it's... No, the Tremere are considered anarchs here, I think. Don't misunderstand. I only met her during the course of this investigation. Everyone's basically been treating me like dirt wherever I go, and I'm only acknowledged enough to legitimize this sham... Lord Castle Rog. Okay. Now that was an abrupt interruption. I was busy sharing, damn it. It was share time. Excuse me? He's pointing at the painting of the man overseeing this entire office. That guy over there with his head hidden by the light? Probably that guy. A little bit to the left of what probably isn't a Zoltar or Zoltar? I think it's Zoltar. Yeah. I met Murder on the way. He had a mask like Castle. Very smooth he looked, yet grim. 7 bloodhounds followed him. That's some biblical sounding shit. He seems to have completely switched his modus operandi upon seeing the murder scene. He's in his own little world, and his behavior has become more machine-like, erratic. Machines aren't generally erratic unless they're malfunctioning. Like, a random number generator might be. A little fellow. I never knew the old Irish coot when I was into the Napoleonic era. But then again, I have no idea about his exact age, of course. So maybe that's when he lived or was born. Anyway. Pay minimal attention to me, alright? Who am I looking at here? Right. That's the one Lord Castlereagh. Born as Robert Stewart, a British Secretary of State of Foreign Affairs, at the beginning of the 18th century. Incredibly influential, incredibly hated. Ask one fella about Castlereagh, he'll tell you. He was the man who destroyed Napoleon for good. The man who shaped British politics for ages. The man who built the foundations for European unity at Vienna. Ask another fellow, and he'll tell you he was the man who destroyed the Irish Parliament. The man who cracked down on
any possibility of reform in support of the cavalry massacre of peaceful protesters. Spanley's fact like a computer. Is that the hint of the detective's photographic memory? Not to say it's downright perverted for an Irishman to put up Castle Rock's portrait in his office. Definite proof that our victim was sick in the head. I'm just needed more evidence there. Pretty sure he was a Ben troop, but and that might apply, but okay, so it seems like you're pointing out that it's very strange. Okay, I'm seeing that shadow with the lights changing there, where that seems like a person, like a body. There it goes. It's gonna come back. I saw it for a second. Anyway, it seems very strange that in the Irishman, which you see, there's that shadow. There it is, right there. So, okay. They would have that in his office. That seems strange. Probably idolized him too. Maybe identified with him even. Yeah, that's possible. Coming, Miss Ilka towards those jagoffs who strive to reach across the aisle and achieve hard compromise. Too bad nobody else ever remembers them though. I feel like I should say something. I've got this nagging feeling in the back of my mind. How did he die? He's pretty good looking. So that was like, yeah, it just seems like that's his role model. I guess it makes sense for him to have had a role model like that, doesn't it? Oppressing his own people, claiming it was all in their name, when at the end of the day or night they were back in the shitter and he was still on top. Yeah, sure sounds familiar. 200 years later, all these societal changes, and he still works the same for us kindred. That's a cheery thought. Yeah, I remember him being like a Quaker or something, and like super religious, and just generally the most racist, worst piece of undead shit to be walking around in that game. And I was just like, oh, I really don't like you. You are terrible. You have done bad things to me and others, and I would like to have that stop by any means necessary. And I don't recall that I feel like I got pissed off that I'm like digging into my memories here, and like I don't think I won. I think it kind of came to maybe a draw, but I lost some people. In fact, I might have lost the guy who was the toxic shithead. I don't know. Not just the kindred. That's how, or maybe he betrayed me. I don't know. Not just the kindred. That's how this world works. Period, kiddo. Napoleon or Bourbon, Restoration, Communism or Capitalism, Panhard or Callahan. Once the bourgeoisie establish themselves, you gotta completely reset the rules of the game. And a few years later, do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until you're dead, or deader than dead. He's not wrong there. Nah, because the reality is you gotta fix it. You're gonna be... It's the path of that. So we find a better way of doing things that actually works. It's naturally the path for it to result in corruption, greed, blah 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 blah. Whatever system it is. I'm not saying there aren't already devised systems that could potentially work. It's just they've gone out of their way to make it so that that doesn't be known. And capitalism basically is propaganda against anything that isn't capitalism at all times, just simply by sake of its existence. It's a self-defensive mechanism. It's like its own little entity, and you gotta kill the tumors and then just continue to remember that that's something you're gonna have to do over and over and over, if you, or like really with anything, not just capitalism, but especially. I mean, capitalism's really the cancer, but I can't say for sure that I have an answer to a better system right off. Like, I know one exists. I'm not here to do that. That's not, I don't have that. I can't prove that. So, like I say it. I just know one exists because it has to. But, you know what does work? Once the bourgeoisie establish themselves, you gotta completely reset the rules of the game. And if you use later, do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Lather, rinse, repeat, bitch. You gotta take them out. Gotta remove them. Gotta make it so fresh and so clean. And know that hopefully this round will be like, oh shit, that's scary. I don't want that to happen to me. Knowing that that's 100% gonna happen, like maybe a couple generations down, and that's just all there is to it. And just keep doing it, and being like, don't be surprised, and don't try to protect yourself, because we'll just do it soon. That's it. Sorry. It doesn't have to happen. We don't have to do things this way. We don't want to do things this way. It's chosen for by those who choose the path of corruption, greed, and etc., etc., etc. If they would be cool, that wouldn't happen. They're not going to be cool because they're not going to be cool based on history. But frequent resets, you know, necessary. If that doesn't sound fine by you, you can always just join fine folks like old boss here, or accept this invisible noose that's getting tighter around your neck every single night. Boy, don't I not know it, apparently. He stops above Callahan's corpse and laughs. Posterity will never survey a nobler grave than this. Here lies the bones of Kasserog. I'm just gonna keep saying his name different ways. Stop, traveler, and piss. Noise. And he kicks his bones with glee, causing me to jump a little. Is he still under the influence? It's like, yeah, well, I mean, possibly. I don't know. I don't know how intoxication works for vampires, except for that you gotta intoxicate the blood. We we went to the party, and in the club. We drank the people. We drank the blood of the people, and the people were on drugs. And now I am a wizard. Is that tampering with the crime scene? Get out, as far as I can see, this crime scene has been fucked with 3 times over. Can't really be ruined more than it already has. He's like, it's not a fresh crime scene, yeah. I agree, but it looked about the same last time I was here. It's like, do you have, you know, not celerity, but aspects? Because it might look a little different if you had it. I don't remember if they have aspects. Then it was already a total mess before you ever got here. Whatever. It's like that just shows how fucked you were to begin with. Sitting by the metal shutters on the windows, he abruptly changes the topic. Lightproof. Have you toyed with these? No. In general, I avoid machinery like that. It doesn't like me, and I don't like it. They don't like it. They don't work properly. It's like I give technology an allergy. Sometimes industrial cameras mess up my face. Sometimes I can't use a phone. You'd think it could be useful, but it's just a curse. It's like, yeah, it's like, man, they did such a good job making it not beneficial to me. Like, I can't count on it to do the thing. And I can count on it to do the thing. Like, that sucks. I see. You think this blinds could have been the murder weapon? I mean, would he still